Let's talk about Front Row Dad Live, Ali, because we've got December 2nd through the 4th. We've got a big event. This is our first one that we've opened up to every member of our community, and even people that want to be members of our community, but haven't yet joined Front Row Dads officially. They can come to this event. So what would you want to tell your friends, those people who you don't know? Like, give them, like, I want to know, what would you say unfiltered about why to go to this?
Yeah.
And really, like, from the bottom of your heart, man, why would somebody want to go? And maybe what are the reasons why they're trying to tell themselves they shouldn't go, that we can address right now and have some real talk?
Yep. I love that. So it's interesting because there's a part of me that's so excited for this event, which I plan to be at, even though I just came back from a retreat. And
it's a little tight turnaround.
It's a tight turnaround, but there's this, I felt that because of the way that you're guiding the community into new territory, I want to be a part of this. I want to, and I also really deeply want to bring people to give them this experience. So I've done some soft recruiting, which goes right into your question. You know, I'm not an expert veteran salesman who's going to give all the right words and twist the knife to get people to come, but rather sharing from a place of vulnerability, sharing from a place of experience. And what I would say to people is that you've very likely never experienced an event like this. It's esoteric on many levels, meaning it's for fathers. It's generally for men who are high achieving or entrepreneurial, who so have that personal growth engine underneath the hood. And it's also for men of all walks of life. So that's what's been so interesting to me about FRD retreats. Like, I could literally be sitting next to a best-selling author or a dude who, you know, is in a healthy career, but just had his first baby and is up against completely different challenges. Regardless, they still map back to the core of fatherhood and how we show up, how we prioritize family. And there's the things that are definitely going to come up for people is intimidation. And I'm just going to share some of what I felt at the, you know, stepping into the first event I was privileged to go to. Intimidation. I don't belong here. These guys are out of my league. Wrong. Because we are a community of humility and you do belong here if this speaks to you. That's what I would say. The other thing is comfort zone, which I'm a huge advocate that if you feel like something is going to kind of put you in an uncomfortable place, not a place where you feel like you're in danger, but like, oh, there's uncertainty here, then that's healthy. Like, face that. What's the worst that could happen? You go to an event, I promise you'll get a bunch of hugs, you'll meet a bunch of dudes, you'll inevitably learn at least a few new things and likely make some friends. And so there's this overcoming of uncertainty because that's going to happen no matter what, whether it's a Front Row Dads retreat or it's some other thing that you've just never experienced. I just want to emphasize that, especially from my experience, not a sales pitch, that the community is one of the warmest environments I've ever stepped into. I mean, and I've been to different events. I've been to, you know, quote unquote conferences, had that awkwardness where you're there and you're like, fuck, I don't know anybody. What am I going to talk about? And I've had those experiences where I felt very isolated, whereas like literally the moment at the first event I attended, it was like, what's your name? Like, and almost a hug on point as an example of how warm we are in the community. And I got the opportunity to reciprocate that at the last couple of events, like spend some time with brand new members who hadn't been to an event before and really give them that welcome factor, which I think is a huge part of our community.